Hey everyone, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer, and welcome back to another video on Rainbow Six Siege and hashtag Save Siege. And well, in today's video, I want to talk about if, in my opinion, if Rainbow Six Siege actually really needs saving. And this is really still, it seems like a hot topic in the community about whether or not we need to save Siege and what exactly we need to fix. Now, if you go, the developers actually made a ginormous post about uh, things that they know that we all don't like that they're fixing, and it's actually pretty nice to read because they open up a lot about kind of like how the game works and what they're working on. So I think it's really cool that they shared that. But does Rainbow Six Siege really need saving? Now, my background with this game is I have solo queued for pretty much a lot of my gameplay, and I really haven't played it for the esport. I've always played, most of my Siege experience has been, maybe I watch Pro League here and there. I like to watch videos about balancing, and I play ranked, right? Like, only until maybe 4 or 5 months ago did I decide I wanted to take Siege as serious as an esport. And I can tell you guys, honestly, I don't think Siege needs saving. I think the phrasing of save Siege kind of like is very hyperbolic in what I think Pengu was trying to get across. Now, he didn't actually start the hashtag like specifically about Siege as a dying game, so I don't want to be like, Pengu said save Siege. Siege isn't done. No, he didn't mean it to be that way. And he went on Logic Bomb podcast and actually explained that he didn't mean it to be that way, and that kind of sucks for him that that message got taken into Siege is shit. Because I honestly think Rainbow Six Siege, as someone who played the game for all its life, it's nothing but up when it comes to playing this game. If you look at from the start of Siege to the where it is now, right? We just entered Steel Wave at the time of this recording. Rainbow Six Siege has been improving as a game, and we've been getting it for free. Like, is Rainbow Six Siege, if you really kind of think about it, when it dropped, was it a $60 game? If you really want to say, is Rainbow Six a $60 game? It didn't really feel like it, but it kind of also was, It's kind of like buying one of the Call of Duties that underperformed as a Call of Duty game. That's kind of how it felt. It was like, yeah, okay, I spent $60. But, I mean, for me personally, I've gotten hundreds of hours of value out of this game. And now I'm like, this game's $60. Like, it's only $60. I think in total I've spent $100 on this game. I bought it twice and I had to buy some operators for PC so that I wasn't stuck using a base ops. And I kind of feel like I still got a deal on Siege, man. It's great. I genuinely don't think Rainbow Six needs saving. It always needs fixing because it's an ambitious project. Think about, I kind of I like video game history. I grew up with some brothers that grew up like when the Nintendo got released in the 80s. Like, Mario became at home when one of my brothers were. I mean, I have one that played Pong. Like, I got addicted to Pong for a little bit, okay? And with how they talk about when games come out like that is when you have a game like Siege that really changes a genre, it's gonna have all of its flaws. Go back and look at the first Super Mario game compared to a Super Mario World. Okay, two very, very different games. Compare Super Mario World to Super Mario 64, the first 3D platformer, the first foray into 3D platforming. In fact, Super Mario 64, the camera, Nintendo thought it was weird that there was a 3D camera. So your camera was actually a dude following you around with a camera on a cloud. Then compare that to Super Mario Odyssey. You can't compare them, right? And that's what I think Rainbow Six Siege is it's another step up in the shooter game genre. And what happens with this kind of technology is it's going to be a buggy disaster sometimes. I genuinely think that the way that Siege operates, and from just watching it evolve, it to create the game that we all know and love, the bugs come along with it. It's just kind of like how it is, and I'm okay with that. I'm alright with it because I really enjoyed the game. I know probably for professional players, it's really difficult. I know some days when I play Siege for 8 hours a day, man, I feel their pain because you run into a bug, you run into maybe a cheater, you run into toxic people, and you really have to deal with it. But I think for us to say Siege is a broken game, it is just, I think it's really unfair for the developers because this game on release was meant to be another just game that no one cared about, and they took it and revived this game. Like, it wasn't supposed to be the game it is today. And so I have a lot of respect for the developers for that. It's kind of like No Man's Sky. You guys remember that game? I haven't played it recently. It died and then got revived, and to this day those developers still release free content, and I mean that's commendable. So for me, I really don't think Siege is a dying game. For me, see Rainbow Six Siege as a game that, when it does finally die out, I mean this copy of Rainbow Six, let's be real, if they make Rainbow Six Siege 2, it's probably going to be really, really good, based on how Rainbow Six Siege 1 has performed, right? But when Rainbow Six Siege, the current one, finally dies out, I don't think it's because it's going to need saving. I don't think it's going to be because it just completely goes down. The devs take it in a weird direction. I think that Siege is going to go down because everyone played the ever-living fuck out of it, and the meta just got totally slammed, and we got all the value out of this game. That's how I genuinely feel about Rainbow Six Siege. And I don't think it needs saving. I think the developers are smarter than any of us, I think kind of a thing that I think I've seen a lot of, at least on Twitter, is that we all talk like we're experts on this game, and we're not. Even pros, I feel like, sometimes aren't experts because you can't predict everything, right? Maybe they're more experts compared to us normies, but compared to the developers, I mean, the developers know how this game operates. Like, the pros just play this game. The developers deal with the inner workings, the guts of this game. I genuinely think that they know best for what's best for Siege. They've proved that time and time again, and we just got to trust them about what they're going to fix about this game, what they're going to add in, what they're going to try out. Guys, let's be honest. Not every new operator is overpowered. All right? Maybe Ela is. We can say Ela was. But, not every new operator is overpowered. Right? And I genuinely like when operators come out. I like trying operators out. I like trying the new maps out. I'm like, let's just enjoy. So that's kind of my opinion on Save Siege. Does it need saving? No, because I think the developers are smarter than any of us could ever give them credit for. And that's how I feel. Yes, this game is busted as hell sometimes, but it's a work of art, I think. It's a genuine work of art. And I love, for me personally, I love seeing the people in the community around Rainbow Six Siege talking about the game. Just everything everyone likes to talk about, and there's always different perspectives on things. And I think that's going to just foster this game and keep it alive until we play the hell out of it and it actually legitimately becomes an outdated game, And that's going to be really cool. That's one of the things I really love seeing in video games, is when a game actually dies, not because it's bug-ridden, hacked to hell, but it actually dies the good death. So that's what I think, guys. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this unscripted, unpolished rant of mine. Yeah, let me know if you want me to talk more about anything. I love talking about Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways, but if you guys want to hear something specific, let me know. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer, and I suck just as bad as you do at video games, and I'll see you guys in the next video.